Hey, welcome back to another episode of Muscles and Malpractice, your weekly dose of fitness, health, and everything in between. I'm your host, one of them, Andrew Bustos.
And I'm Dr. Martin. Welcome to the show, everybody.
The artist formerly known as Dr. Martin, right? For at least, what, a month? Is that right?
I'm still working.
Oh, you're still working? I thought you were officially unemployed. Like this
I'm
is
not
an unemployment
officially
time period.
unemployed.
Do you want to let everybody know?
I work. I
unemployment?
don't like talking about this. This is very awkward. Yes. I mean, again, I am
unemployed.
I don't work for my prior clinic anymore.
Ooh.
But I work as a laborist contractor at Hendrick right now. Yes.
Oh, well, shoot.
So I still am working.
Oh, okay. I thought you were just currently
In
unemployed.
all honesty,
taking
I mean,
unemployment.
again, like life, dude, it's been pretty.
It's been good, huh?
It's been good.
Cool.
Been
well,
good. Yeah.
Happy Father's Day to you.
Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day.
And I mean, you're not even mentioning, dude, like it was my birthday like a day ago.
Oh, we don't care about birthday. Birthdays are
Friday the 13th.
To me, I know you're a birthday guy. You're like, hey, it's my birthday week, my birthday month. It's my birthday hour. Everything's about my birthday. I got to let everybody know. We got to have a party. We got to hang out. Make sure you buy me some chones and, the whole shabam. So, but happy late birthday to you and happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day, though.
Happy Flag Day.
Flag Day.
Yeah, it was Flag Day yesterday.
Yesterday was, I believe it was No King's Day, was what we called that around the world.
What is that? Is that like it
means no kings monarchs? In America, bro.
Oh, we don't have a king in America.
We sure as hell don't, and we won't.
We don't. I don't believe there's a king that lives in America, but I mean, we do have a great state of Texas. That's all I gotta say. Good. Yeah. Happy Father's Day to all the great fathers out there.
Happy Father's Day, man. I'm about to be a father too.
I saw that post this morning. I saw it. Huh? You guys, it looked like you guys were out by a beautiful home of bricks. Did you guys buy a new house? I just saw the bricks behind you guys. Was that like out in a
I don't know.
You didn't see that? There was like is that like the next thing? It's like, welcome to our castle.
Well, we did. We finally got the home under contract, and we bought our home under contract. So on my birthday,
dude.
No less,
so congratulations.
Yeah.
I know this has been a huge deal for you.
Yeah. So it's been a good week. It's been a very good week.
That was a beautiful picture, though. Seeing your beautiful family with your new. I always like when they hold up like the little
yeah, the little
photo,
the little sonos, the sonograms, like from the OB
this out,
office.
But you're like this. You're trying to like look into it to try to see it. You're like, oh yeah, it looks just like Stuart.
Yeah,
it looks just like him.
We'll see. I don't know. Sam looks a lot like me, but he's a mess, dude. I don't know if we're gonna get 2 for 2 on messes like him, man.
Oh, he's perfect, an angel. I loved wrestling with him the other night. I got him in a chokehold, and he was like shot to the throat. Here you go, bam! And I said, that's what I like.
Yeah.
I like. You've been wrestling with your dad.
Well, I was about to say, let's show these people. We're gonna have to show them. Let's see here. We'll share the entire screen, man. We'll share.
Screen.
Let's do it. You got me and my TikTok over here with my little baby boy blowing bubbles, but let's look at these photos, dude.
I forgot. We took photos. I forgot, dude. We're talking about your photos. Pull up your family photo. Don't pull up these ones up.
Dude. How about let's look at another one here.
Hold on. Let's talk about this.
Look at this one, dude.
Oh my
we gotta love this one, man.
Can you make that full screen real quick?
Full screen? I don't even know.
You know how to do that full screen thing? Oh, boom shakalaka.
Boom shakalaka.
So when we went, you guys talked me into this, and
that's gonna be season 2's logo, bro, right there.
That is pretty funny.
That's amazing. All right, where's some? We got here's another.
If you're just listening to this,
serious.
oh gosh, I feel like Look at my face.
I know, dude. I think Katie zoomed one up of that one because she liked
she
your
sent
face.
it to me. She was like, "Look at your face.
Look at your fucking face."
I wish I could say a lot of things, but I can't.
But see, these are good ones, man. These will be good.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Why do I just look like a mountain of a man?
You
there?
do.
Goodness. Why am I so big next to you?
I don't know, because again, I'm leaned over a little bit because it does make you look taller than me and bigger than me in those photos. I don't know.
Yeah, I've never
lost
thought that
a lot of weight too.
I was never taller, but I guess I am a little bit taller. God, little guy. I'm gonna start calling you little
Don't
man.
Even
hey there,
think
little
about
dude.
calling me little guy.
Hey there, little guy. How about you come over here? Hi, how's the weather down there?
All right. Well.
I'm gonna be a dad.
Oh, you know where we're going today. So in honor of Father's Day, let's just open this out quick because I know Andrew's favorite TikTok meme culture right now is I'm gonna be a dad. We're gonna go through about 15 of them real quick.
Oh,
let's go, baby. Here we go.
I'm gonna be a dad. 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 I'm gonna be a dad.
Dude, people, man.
Yeah.
Why?
Hold on.
People are awesome.
We're gonna keep going here. Hold on, I need to make this bigger so we got the center of the screen.
How does this happen?
He may have been your father, boy, but he wasn't your daddy. What the hell? Oh my God! No.
Oh God!
All right, next
dude,
one.
That's awful.
Next one.
I'm gonna be a dad. I'm gonna be a dad. I'm gonna be a dad.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Okay.
I just hope that our listeners are definitely aware of these memes.
I'm gonna be a dad. I'm gonna be a dad. I'm gonna be a dad.
That was the best.
Okay. That you like that the most. Hold on, we still got more.
I'm gonna be a dad.
The baby.
Dude, this is
one more. Hold on, Ron Burgundy.
I'm gonna be a dad. I'm gonna be a dad. I'm gonna be a dad. I'm gonna be a dad.
I know. I'm sure they. I'm gonna have to
Is
say
it they? Is it they?
Yeah, she's they.
Is it the they one?
Or
yeah.
that she's they or they.
They.
Sorry, I don't. I'm
they
trying
are not
to
going to be happy with you.
I know. I don't know anymore. I just want to respect her.
Yeah.
They.
Well, we're respecting her.
No, it's they.
Okay.
So they don't really care about what we say because she's making a lot of money, right?
Yeah, hopefully not, dude.
Wouldn't you think, though? Wouldn't you think that if you were scrolling, she's like on TikTok one day and she just goes through there and she's like, dang, wouldn't you laugh? Would you laugh at yourself if you saw yourself being made fun of like this?
I mean, yeah, because like, there's that one with like Toast Malone. Remember I showed you that a long time ago with like Post Malone and he's like laughing and then they do the last one and it's Most Malone and it's fucking jelly rolled.
It's true. I wonder if they see each other and they're really like, dude, why do we look alike and why do we have the same tats? Like, this is hilarious.
Okay. Next things I'm going to share. So we're doing our TikTok portion right now to get going for the day to just get us up on the right foot. I do want to talk about something else that's very topical for July 4th that most people don't know about. Eventually, I do want to get into one serious topic today. Again, like I like to do that, but let's keep going with things that are going on in my life. So I've got a very much so now pregnant wife. And man, this time through has been like so different in terms of I'm just abused at home, basically. And even my mother-in-law sends me texts or like, hey, I hope you have a good Father's Day. Like, I hope she's treating you okay today. I hope Katie is nice to you.
Oh
right?
My
because
gosh.
like my wife borderline abuses me and I just like I live with it, guys.
How do you do this? How do you get women to do this? How do they do this?
But like this is what I'm living with lately, okay?
Why don't you shut the fuck up? I want you to stop being mean to me.
So
why don't you shut the fuck up?
So is that true, dude? Is that how pregnancy hormones are? Like, why?
Well, it is. It's like, I think there's like some show that talked about it too. Like, they call it like riding the dragon, right? Like, I just feel like estrogen and progesterone are just so insane in terms of like what they can do to your mood, in terms of the lability is what we call it in medicine. Lability means if you have a labile mood, it means you like swing from like ah ha 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 to
oh. And so you're not. So that's just in women, right?
It is for the most part. You don't have You don't really see testosterone just causes anger and rage. Actually, it's like a general hormone potential, right? That's why you see guys who do a bunch of steroids end up having issues with roid rage. So estrogen again and progesterone and those swings, not necessarily the hormone themselves, but the peaks and valleys that you will get, especially when you're pregnant, will make you have these kind of. And
so
again,
whenever
it's the higher levels that you get with progesterone while you're pregnant that make women have these very strong emotional surges.
So women aren't. They're not crazy, right? They're not.
Of course, they're not crazy.
Like, you were like, women are crazy. You told me that one time. You were like, women are crazy.
I've never said women are crazy. You love just gaslighting the shit out of this show.
What I want to know though is how do you get women to like be on your side? Like, what do you do? Like, that doesn't make sense. Your poor wife's carrying your baby right now, and she's pregnant, and she's taking care of a little baby still. But your mother-in-law's primary concern is you. Oh my god.
Well, because come on, man. Like, okay, I mean, at the end of the day, dude, like, I agree with you. I actually brought this up at my barber shop because you were the one that's saying, hey, we don't need a Father's Day. We need 2 Mother's Days. And everybody was kind of arguing with me on this, albeit it was a bunch of dudes, right? But like,
that aren't
I actually took your point. And it is funny too, because again, one of my best buddies is the head of the NICU, Dr. Delafoot, and his son was even giving him grief yesterday because he was like, well, how many diapers did you change back then?
Exactly.
Like, and I'm like, I do think child number 2 puts a lot more on the second parent, which is what concerns me so much about even like, I know I'm a really good dad to Sam, but like the demands of a father are just so different and more nebulous. They aren't like these like things like, I don't know, like the mom tends to be the primary caregiver. So I do kind of agree with you a lot. What I think people see though is, again, I don't know why people are always worried about me. Because Katie is a wonderful wife. She's a wonderful mother.
But why are they worried about you? Do they know who you are? Like, what you're a doctor and stuff. You're okay. You can take care of, you know what to do. You have like
I think I'm a pretty good guy. I mean, I think I'm worth worrying about, dude.
Well, what do you got? I don't know what I feel like you have like a tranquilizer gun or something that you can shoot out and hit her with it or something. If she, the doctor, don't y'all have something like that? Like you like, got her. She's going down. She'll be all right. She'll be out for
Hey, bro. Hey, watch this little video. I like this one.
Nice. The race to your mom's house.
Now, did you see that? That was a thing this year. They do the Wiener Schnitzel or whatever, Oscar Mayer Wiener races.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
It's the race to your mom's house, though, in the Wiener mobiles, bro.
Whatever. I wouldn't say that about your mom.
You better not.
I wouldn't.
You better not.
I wouldn't dare.
Okay. On to the next thing. Another thing I got to do this Father's Day week, and I wanted to share with everybody. My wife shared on Facebook is the local gym here in Abilene. Great place to take your kid. Look at this, man. Me and my son just hanging out. Look at my big guy there. It's a good place to go. Take your kid, have fun there.
What were you doing, dude? You weren't even working, dude, but you had your scrubs on. What's that all
about?
That
was post-call, bro. That
whatever,
was me
dude.
after
You were like
labor
scrubbing
shift.
it. You were scrubbing around.
Nah, dude. I do not wear scrubs just as like the only time I wear scrubs just to wear scrubs is actually for this show. That's the only time I'm like, let me put on the freaking uniform. I need it to look right. We're talking medical here and there. I need to be in uniform.
Yeah. So much for whatever, dude.
All right. Okay. Next things for this week. Oh, I did want to do one comparison because you talked about Mother's Day and Father's Day and stuff. And so here's a good Mother's
There is no
Day.
comparison.
Here we go. Here we go. Like, honestly, again, I think most fathers don't even know it's Father's Day until like a day or two before. Honestly, look, as much as Katie really does do for me and like tries to make sure I am appreciated, truly she does. This morning, she was like, "Okay, are you ready for your breakfast in bed? Like, can you sit up in bed?" And then she's like, "Oh, I lost the card for Father's Day."
You had breakfast in bed? Who are you, dude? Are you? You're the king. We're not allowed to have King's Day. You're the king of the king of the castle. I'm the king of the castle.
King of the castle.
Oh my gosh, I don't know how you get women. I've known you a long time, and I don't understand how you get anybody to do these things. And we could have a whole discussion about this, but you were that guy. It was like I'm never in trouble, never. But
what?
You know how you're always talking about how, especially on Father's Day, does she go to the doghouse still? Is she in the doghouse?
Oh, she gets in the doghouse here and there. You know what I'm saying? No. We gotta put her in the doghouse.
The first man has ever thrown his wife in the doghouse.
Katie, go to the doghouse.
I just don't. I don't think there's a woman doghouse.
There is no
but
doghouse.
Apparently at your house,
that was always a joke. I'm telling you.
I don't think it's a joke. From what I've heard today, your mother-in-law is trying to throw her in the doghouse. She's like, "Get out of the dog,
man.
Make sure the king is taken care of."
We all just know Katie's a little bit special. We love her very much.
I don't know. I've been around Katie and you at the same time, and I'm definitely Team Katie. Let's just go that route. Yep, Team Katie.
Okay.
She's pretty level-headed, dude. She's pretty calm, cool, collective.
All right, I only got a few more. I got a few more.
You're just gonna cut.
I got some funny. So I got one or two that I feel like are good comments. So one is just completely funny. I just felt like this really tapped a nerve to me because again, like this both is a Good Burger meme and like I love Good Burger. You know, home of the Good Burger. Can I take your order? Remember that old Nickelodeon skit?
Oh yeah, I never saw it.
And like this is exactly what like I feel like everybody outside of cardiology does when they look at an EKG. So like all my nurse girls, all my friends in other specialties and stuff like this. This speaks to us, I promise.
Yeah. I know some of these words.
Turn it up a little bit.
I can't, bro. Yeah, it's kind of low.
Yeah, it's low. I don't know what you did.
I know some of these words.
Okay. Well, and then I got one more that's kind of a commentary on what I think hospital culture has turned into. So again, let's watch this one. Gen Z baby nurse tells the surgeon, "You are not my boss. You are my coworker. I'll be with you once I'm done starting on my patient."
Okay, so explain that one.
Nurses, yeah.
Explain that to us. I don't understand what's going on.
What it means is that, like, the newest generation of healthcare workers, like, they don't respect hierarchy. They don't respect the chain of authority or anything. Like, it's basically like, again, it's this culture of like me over everything, right? Which I think is like, honestly, it's killing society, but it's killing healthcare too.
I wonder where it starts.
You.
Huh?
It starts with you.
It's okay. I thought I was going to go a little more political.
Yeah,
but we didn't go that route. I didn't know if you wanted to go there.
I don't really want to go there. I mean,
I figured you
as
did.
much,
I didn't know if you did.
Well, so again, that's
we
where
can go biblical too if you want.
Biblical,
yeah.
Biblical. How are we gonna go biblical?
We can go Charlie Kirk on you, buddy. We can go anywhere you want to,
that
bro.
Ass hat, basically, of a person.
See, this is the problem, right?
No.
This is it.
What?
In our next episode, we'll be discussing.
Yeah. Okay. Few more.
I like how we start going that route, and everybody's like, "I wonder what they're gonna say. Where are they gonna go with this?"
Well, look, I mean, we can always go there, and I am happy to do it. And I think, honestly, again, with a lot of the friends I've talked to about our podcast, are like, "Oh, it's so good that you and your co-host don't agree on everything. That's what makes a good podcast." I'm like, absolutely, we don't. We're as close as could be, but we pretty much have different views on almost everything.
Everything. We don't have the same views on anything. My views are better than your views. So,
well,
you laugh. Team Katie.
Yeah, you don't even know, bro.
Whatever, bro.
All right. I have one more thing before I wanted to get into a TikTok segue into one serious topic, and then we're gonna keep it pretty light this week.
Yeah.
But I wanted to show. This is me having my second boy. Actually, I got one more before. I got 3 TikToks left to show, and then we got to get into some real serious, like a little serious stuff here. So this is me, all right. But like, this is the best version I can see of having the second boy here. So this is 2 fathers seeing each other on an escalator. Because this has been a popular meme too, is like the boy and girl, mom and dads seeing each other on the escalator, and like the boy dads get to like basically buy the PS5 and hang out with their boy and do the fun stuff like, play video games, which is what I'm looking forward to with my boys. But I kind of want to be on the upgoing escalator too, man. I wish I'd gotten that girl, but that's just not in the cards for me, I guess.
Yeah. 3 boys. Here we go.
Not doing 3 boys.
Yeah.
All right. Well, one more before the serious one. This is a topic I want to talk about just for a hot second, because I continue to talk about the third car, and I think this is very cool, and I think people really don't understand the next level of society we're about to enter into in the next 5 to 10 years. Okay.
So this is Tesla's new Cyber Cab. It will go into production in 2026 and be available for commercial use in 2027. I'm told it will cost between $25,000 and $30,000. And look at this, it's completely autonomous. You have no steering wheel, no pedal, no buttons, nothing other than one screen to share for the 2 passengers. But it'll also be B2C, meaning you can buy it and this could be your go-to vehicle. Imagine you own this Cyber Cab. It drives you to your office, but then instead of parking in your office, and instead of maybe having to pay $10 or $20 for parking in case you live in like San Francisco or New York, you can actually just say, hey, keep driving, go drive back to my house. Or you can even turn it into a cab mode and it can go and pick up passengers, and you can actually make some side income off of your Tesla car while you're busy at work. And then the car can pick you up at the end of the day. I either own and drive my own car, or I don't own a car and I have self-driving cars, taxis, robo-taxis driving me around. No, there's actually a mixed model. There's a hybrid model. Now, about 70% of all rides in big cities constitute of just 1 to 2 people. So that's why the Cyber Cab is just a 2-passenger seat. They're like,
come on.
I don't know.
What do you mean?
Bro, we live in Abilene.
You live in Abilene. I live in Abilene for another month and a half.
I know. You're going to the big city area. You're going to the big city. I won't say where you're going, but
I'm going to friggin' Weatherford, baby.
Well, let's be honest. Is it we got a home in Weatherford, huh? That's Weatherford ISD. Is that where we're headed?
No, so we bought a house. It's gonna be Brock ISD.
That's out there in
Weatherford downtown. Hey, look, I'm telling you, there's more ride sharing apps in Abilene than ever was before. And you need this stuff, man. I don't care whether it's Abilene, it's freaking Stephenville, it's wherever.
Who's gonna buy that?
I would. Because again, it will just take me to work, and then I'm like, go do freaking cab stuff for a while. I'll park it, but like if there's somebody that needs a ride somewhere, it just goes and picks them up and does it, and it's making me like $100 a day.
Yeah, as soon as those things, it's gonna be like hitting everything on the street,
hitting everything.
Construction.
Have you seen the autonomous driving? That's literally
be...
like in the next week or so is coming out with fully autonomous driving, like
no,
everything,
dude. No.
Yes.
No. How are they gonna do that in DFW area, bro? When there's so much construction,
I can't even handle you.
How
right
is
now,
it gonna
bro.
happen,
I
dude?
can't handle you.
People, you were just talking about the society of people. Who's gonna drive these things?
You don't drive it.
Who's gonna buy it and pretend to drive it?
Well, you're looking at one person, and I don't even live in the big city. He's right. If you live in I don't know if you've ever been to places like San Francisco, but like if you go there, you can't even park where you go to work. So the idea that it just drops you off and then now it's going to drive around instead is amazing, because now you're not even actually having to pay just to do your job.
Who's going to charge it?
You are at home,
What if
bro.
it dies? What if something, dude? Machines, bro. Machines. I gotta have this. I gotta have this
John
computer.
Connor here, bro.
Yeah, dude. Machines are taking over, bro. Cybernet. I have to keep this computer plugged in, bro.
Skynet. I really don't
bro.
like when you
Cybernet,
don't know the nerd stuff.
Cybernet.
It really drives me crazy, bro. It's Skynet.
Whatever.
Terminator.
You're Skynet. You're probably
Skynet
a robot.
your face after this, dude.
You kind of look like what's his name? What was the dude's name from RoboCop? No, that wasn't RoboCop. I can't remember now.
RoboCop. Now you're just throwing in random cultural references. You want to talk about the Allfather today because it's Father's Day?
Yay!
Oh,
where's he from? Star Wars or something?
The Allfather is Odin. You need some real help with Norse mythology and Marvel.
I don't even know. That doesn't even. What are we talking? Are we talking freaking Marvel Cinematic Universe?
Look, the Allfather. So first off, that whole side of Marvel is based completely on Norse mythology. And Norse mythology, the Allfather is Odin.
And he died.
No,
see you, Odin.
Die, dude. He's like
good
God.
luck, Odin. Loki forever.
Okay. Anyway, next thing. So I do want to talk about this for a minute, because there is this concept. We could do this closer to the time, but I just feel like now is the time to talk about it.
Now is the time.
Now is the time. I do want people to understand, Andrew's sitting here talking about all the grief that I should get, even though I shouldn't.
You should get a lot of grief.
And I want to talk about... fuck you.
You should get something. Somebody needs to do something.
I do want to talk about a vulnerable population, because it's a time of the year that people don't realize that July 4th is coming up, right? We have that in 2-3 weeks. And July 4th is great. Love July 4th, love fireworks, love doing all that stuff for July 4th. What people don't know about a lot of times in healthcare is July 4th is about the worst time to show up in the hospital. And why is that, Andrew? Why is that?
Because the doctors don't want to work on July 4th.
That is incorrect. Right? Okay, I'll give you one more guess, because I know some people out there actually listening will know the answer to this.
Okay, so people, I mean, the only way I can see it is that everything's closed.
Everything's closed. Okay,
nobody
is strike number 2. All right,
Dr.
let's
Martin
go. Let's go one more. One more try.
He doesn't want to go into work.
Nobody wants to go into work. Okay.
I don't know. I mean, wouldn't that be the easiest?
So,
don't give me a lame
answer. Isn't there
answer
a time of
either.
year where everybody has to transition? In the summertime, usually when kids graduate from high school, kids graduate from college, kids graduate from medical school.
When do they graduate? When is
they graduate in June, and then they begin as fully fledged medical doctors the weekend of July 4th.
So what does that have to do with?
So you
are they
have
sucky doctors
a
or something?
new workforce with people who have never taken care of patients in their lives as your now lowest and most non-senior level of physician. And then you have the third or fourth or fifth year residents becoming chief residents and becoming the most senior backbone of the Swiss cheese model, as we call it in a lot of healthcare and risk models. Essentially, July 4th weekend is the weekend when everybody steps up and into their new roles. And so you have a very verifiable and completely reproducible, and every year it's the same and it's statistically significant. You have higher rates of medical errors. Basically, patients get hurt the weekend of July 4th, and it ain't from fireworks alone, it's from medical errors because you have new physicians starting out. So you have interns that are literally working their first day, like me, what was it, 2012, the summer of 2012, and July 4th weekend, I stepped into my role at Cedars-Sinai as Dr. Martin for the first time and no longer as medical student Martin. And I had to take care of people, and I had to go report the findings to a chief resident who was new in that role. And we had to make sure that patients stayed safe. And we were all doing it new for the first time. And I thought it was a good time to highlight that, we talk about a lot of these things that are going on in the world. And, one of the things people are not really tuned to right now is we're getting this huge ballooning of the mid-level provider workforce. People are wanting to be PAs, physician assistants, or nurse practitioners, NPs. Great roles. God, if I can't speak highly enough of the NPs I've gotten to train and work with in my career, both Jen Salazar as well as Capri Dishman. They're wonderful women and providers and just all around great for the healthcare system. The problem is that their job is becoming more appealing all the time to people looking from the outside in as a 19, 20-year-old going, do I really want to go through all the shit to be the top of the heap, or do I want to be this mid-level role where I basically get a lot of the pay as well as the authority, but I may not be the top person? And now they're even in Texas and other states, they're starting to actually petition for basically being unsupervised in their role doing these things, and they're still getting the pay almost commensurate with having to go through medical school, post-grad education, which is your residency, and then starting out and then basically assuming all the risk at the end of the day, right? The liability of taking care of these patients and basically saying, I will own anything that happens to this person. This is on me. Mid-levels get to kind of shirk a little bit of that. They don't totally, but they do. And so again, it's a much more appealing job at the end of the day. And I can't speak highly enough of that because I tell a lot of younger people, and I precept a lot of PA students especially, but some NP students as well. And I tell them that, they're doing it's a great job. If I didn't have the kind of issues I do with control and wanting to be so type A and OCD that I think some doctors are just naturally that way, it's the better job. But I think OBGYNs in general tend to be very OCD individuals and like very much so controlling because we just are. I mean, we take care of two people. It's a very controlling, it's conducive to a controlling type nature personality. And I think people wouldn't want it any other way, and neither would we. That being said, in the last few years, people applying to medical school for the first time in recorded time, we have seen medical school application numbers drop. So we have seen actually that there are people not applying to become doctors as much as there used to be. And some of this stuff has to do with that. The other things have to do with, like, I'm gonna put this TikTok up, and we're just gonna pause the. I don't need to hear the music, but here this is. This TikTok actually illustrates it very, very well, saying one of the most vulnerable workforces in America is resident physicians. And I just wonder how many people even know some of the facts that this basically talks about, is that, residents are not covered under the Fair Labor Standards Act. They're exempt from federal antitrust laws. They have significant. I've seen some residents groups be able to unionize. I actually saw one do it when I was in residency at a hospital that I rotated through. The family medicine practice was able to unionize, and it got them a lot better treatment. But most cannot unionize. They basically get told you should not be using FMLA, so you can't be away from residency that long. So if you have a baby, too bad, so sad. Come back in 2 weeks, please. We frequently work 80 plus hours a week, sometimes exceeding ACGME limits. This is a joke. I worked on average probably about 110 to 120 hours a week. And if we ever logged those hours, because they make you log your hours in residency, if you ever logged it to make it look accurate, you know what you would have happen? Your residency would come to you, your program director would come and say, hey, your hours are outside what we're allowed to do. I'm going to need you to go fix those.
Ooh.
So you were basically told, make it look like we are following the rules, even though we are not. You do have things like night shift. That's a joke. I mean, of course you did night shifts. OB, that was one of our rotations. We did 2 months of nights every year, minimum. You could have 28 hours. You could do 48-hour calls. Chronic sleep deprivation, that's laughable. I don't even, chronic, what is it, lifetime? I feel like it's a lifetime sleep deprivation. You definitely have an increased risk for depression, burnout, medical errors. Yes, all these things. And then again, it's this idea that you come to too, this fear of retaliation from attendings, from leadership. That's what I'm talking about with this idea of leadership telling you, like, okay, you put your hours in right, and then they tell you, hey, shut the up and put the right hours in. And by the way, get back to work. Don't do that on our time. Do that on your time. All that free time you don't have, do that. You have no HR protection or impartial complaint system. That exists in the hospital now for doctors, basically. Performance evals and letters of recommendation can be weaponized. Hell yes, they can. And then this is a little bit more nuanced. Again, talking about how we're bound by the match. Like, so once you do match, you kind of get stuck in the program that you're going to be at. And yeah, residency contracts are take it or leave it. And I always remember this being funny. This paid far below skill level. Yes, at first you should get paid low. I mean, I'm sorry. Like that's the whole agreement, is like you're kind of doing this because you're being a paid learner, basically, while you're also doing work. So they say the median resident salary is $62,000 a year. It goes up by every year. I remember, again, 10 years more. It's more like 12 years ago when I was an intern. It was more like low 50s in LA, in the middle of Beverly Hills, right? Like that kind of standard of living. I'm telling you right now, like low 50s. There's not a home that's like my 500 square foot apartment in LA paid for my, acre and a half house. Like it was the same equivalent kind of like house, right? And the equivalent hourly wage equaling out to under $15 an hour. And so I remember the funniest thing was that I am a little bit of a I'm spoiled in some ways, yes. So like I didn't want to have to clean up my place all the time when I was in residency. So I had a maid. But my maid, who came once a week, I remember paying her, and I was like, her hourly rate is better than mine when I was a cheap resident, right? So like I'm literally here saving lives and stuff and doing all these things, and I had to pay somebody once a week to come that was making a better hourly rate vacuuming my carpet. Which again, I'm not trying to demean the job that they're doing, but it's just kind of crazy that you're seeing that somebody that can potentially just be doing manual labor in your home is going to make a better hourly rate while you are a resident. So I wanted to highlight that for people to give them an idea of what, doctors go up against in that. I think the problem a lot of times for people is that everyone assumes medicine and doctors, like, they get paid so well, like, why do we need to worry about them? But like, yeah, right? Like, I mean, I get it. I think it's funny to me because I don't know. I mean, I understand the viewpoint and the mentality about that. But I also think you got to understand that, like, most doctors are like the ones most fiercely, vehemently, like, about the patient and good healthcare and like taking care of people. And like, yeah, I think they should get paid pretty well to give up as much of themselves as they do. But like, this is a workforce right now, and this is a group of people that I feel like are getting a little bit beaten down by the system, that I don't think people are ever really going to have a lot of sympathy for. That they have to remember that maybe it's actually in their best interest to really, I don't know, both defer to doctors on how to manage healthcare as well as defend them in their arguments to authority and to legislation about what they think is right, because doctors aren't usually fighting to get pay increases. They actually are constantly fighting the government nowadays about trying to fight against further pay cuts, both to themselves as well as to how they are able to take care of patients in terms of quality of care. So that's my like one little soapbox today, is just to like mention, like, look, please empathize and sympathize. Tell a resident you appreciate him if you run into one. I'm not saying you have to involve yourself in resident based, care models or whatever else, but it's just a plea out there to kind of say, like, please appreciate that doctors are going through it just like everyone else. And actually, I think almost more so than everyone else in terms of how they feel about the system breaking for healthcare. And that I don't think a lot of times people want to give that much time and I don't know, energy, just because it's doctors. Oh, they make 3 times what I make, and you're like, why are they crying about this or that? Like, it's usually not about our pay. It's usually about how the system reimburses things to take care of people. I think physicians feel like they are well compensated. You can look at there's a lot of Medscape and other physician surveys out there that, based on the specialty, some physicians feel like they aren't well compensated. I think OBGYN is one of those that actually says we think we deserve more a lot of times. I'm very happy with what I get to take care of people. I constantly am in disagreement with a lot of what's going on politically in terms of how we take care of people and how our medical infrastructure is set up. But I don't have the energy with what it takes out of me for my job and the pay I get for that to want to fight that fight a lot of times. And so I just lay down a lot in terms of the bigger picture. And I just hope people realize that the people willing to do that, the physicians willing to stand up to authority and speak truth to power and to do the right things, that they actually listen to those people, and hear them out. So that's my 2 cents there. So we're done with any kind of, any soapboxing today, but I do like to segue on into the next thing. We have a few matters to discuss this week. I think we were gonna talk about. Well, you want to know? I want to talk to you about something I recently heard, because again, we're about to move, and I've been looking up organizational systems and remember how like the Marie Kondo or whatever was like, if you don't love it, throw it away or whatever. Like if you haven't used it in the last year, throw it away. If you don't love it, whatever. Okay. I heard about this new system. It's called the poop system. All right. And I want to get your thoughts on it. And I want to get everybody's thoughts on it. And you want to guess what the poop system is?
Well, does it have to do with actual, like, you're pooping, or?
It might.
Well, you said throw it away if you're not using it, but if you'd like wipe your butt with it or something.
So the system says that you mentally decide if that object were covered in poop, would you still keep it?
Oh, what?
Right?
I don't know, man. I don't know what you kids read nowadays or do.
You throw a lot of things away, wouldn't you?
I think you would just throw it away because that's just who you are. You're
Ew,
not
poop.
like, you're like, what is this? Oh, this is a Rolex. Just throw it away.
Okay.
Who cares?
Okay.
I'm a doctor anyway. Throw it away. Who
There you go.
cares?
See, this anti-doctor sentiment.
Who
out
cares?
right
Throw it
Coming
away.
out right away.
Give it to the nurse practitioner. Give it to her, him, whatever.
Okay, so that's your take on that. Anyways, I think we were going to talk too about a bet that we were going to involve the viewers in. And I still haven't picked.
Yes.
I still haven't picked what the outfit's going to be, but the outfit is going to be of my choosing. Yeah, and we will announce it maybe next week on next week's podcast, because I don't know whether I'm going to go with like, I might straight up pick like some lingerie, dude. Like just dude, you're gonna have
How
to wear a
about we'll
nightie.
just chug beer, like we'll chug a six-pack in like 5 minutes.
So here's the deal, listeners and viewers: is Andrew has some predictions this year for his beloved Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, baby, Super Bowl.
And if he strikes out.
We don't strike out, baby.
He goes
we lose
1, 2, 3, and all predictions fail. He will be donning the nightie for a podcast later this year following the NFL season. If, however, he somehow goes 3 for 3, that will fall on me. And I will be dressed to the nines in my very sweet negligee. But
okay, hold on a second. I feel like you want to wear this negligee. I feel like you're like, yes, please. I'm gonna lose so I can wear the negligee.
I'm gonna write to the NFL. Please submit Dak Prescott for an
MVP and let him see. But mine's taking bigger risk. Like you there's no. Mine is a huge risk.
No, it's not.
This is it is because no one believes but me. But you don't even know what belief is.
So you made these predictions. You believe in them. You'd have to go 0 for 3. Not to mention, if you went 3 for 3, it's what you predict. You've predicted this. So
yeah, it doesn't mean that it'll happen.
It doesn't.
I do believe it will.
Look, the most likely statistical outcome, right, is that neither 0 for 3 or 3 for 3 happens. But there is a chance for either.
Well, I'm not gonna put on your negligee.
Oh, you putting it on, dude?
Oh, I'm not.
You
putting
have
it on.
to.
You'll be in Brock, Texas. You won't even know, and I'll be like this. Oh, well, see you later, and then close the computer.
No, I'll come into town and deliver that to you at Hendrick Health Club, bro.
Nope, sorry, buddy.
So, without further ado,
we haven't shook on this yet. So,
we definitely.
But I want to just let the
listeners.
people know.
Okay,
I just want to let the people know.
All right, number one.
Dak Prescott will win the MVP. That's my number one.
There we go.
Why are you looking at me like that?
This is going to be the easiest one to not happen. Okay.
He's going to win the MVP.
All right.
Okay. He'll win it. Number 2. That's a big. Oh. Number 2. The Dallas Cowboys will beat the Eagles game number 1.
Okay. So we'll know one of them very quickly.
Yep. I should have led with that one.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And
number 3. I'm not going Super Bowl. They will beat the Kansas City Chiefs on Thanksgiving Day.
No, you didn't say that one. You said conference championship.
No. They won't win that.
No.
They're not winning that.
Okay. So now you changed it. But
the big one is Dak. The big one's Dak. Okay. That's a huge one.
That's definitely not happening.
That's how much I believe. Okay,
well,
he's bringing out the white sleeve, baby. Bringing out the white sleeve.
It's not happening.
Bringing out that white sleeve. He's gonna get deducted $12,500 a game for wearing it. I'm gonna change them all up.
No, that's what you said.
April Fools on Sunday. Woo, Father's Day.
Okay. Now, it's going back to like Father's Day and stuff. Dude, okay, so can I just want to talk about 2, like, man, I always try to give a recommendation for the week on like what I've been watching, what's been good, And I'm getting to watch a lot of stuff now because I only work like a day or 2 a week. It's
because you don't have a job. Yeah, you don't have a job right now. Sounds good.
So while I've been living the good life, I did watch the 2nd season of Shane Gillis's show on Netflix, Tires, and that is pretty funny stuff there. So
who's Shane Gillis?
He's that stand-up comedian, dude.
I don't know, bro. I don't.
You know the one?
Comedy.
Oh, God, dude. I gotta find Shane Gillis for you.
Is he the one that's on commercials?
Yeah, bro. I mean, like he's all over the place now. Let's see here, Shane Gillis. Let's get Shane Gillis up here, bro.
Yeah, I don't know people, dude. I'm not like you, where I have all the time in the world and get to watch and do things. Dude. I thought you did.
We'll go entire screen here now. Share it up again.
Share it. Oh yeah, I know who that. I didn't know that was his name.
Here you go. He already says racism. Only white people can be racist.
Racism. Only white people can be racist. Everybody else cannot be racist. And black people definitely love Chinese people. Next slide.
Can anyone give me an example of non-verbal sexual harassment?
Watch this shit.
What?
Kind of walked right into that one, huh?
Yeah.
Well,
that's
look, we all agree.
Hilarious.
Those are hilarious.
No.
We can all agree?
No.
All right, next
Those
slide.
are hilarious.
Alec Fujano.
Let's see here. Will Jacobs.
That's me.
And you must be Shane McDaddy.
Fuck, I forgot I did that.
Shit.
Oh, yeah? Who said that?
I mean, it's just a good show because it's got Stavros in it too, man. I freaking love Stavros. That's that other dude. He's like,
oh yeah,
real big guy. Yeah, man, he's hilarious too. So another good show. So I definitely highly recommend that. We've got Superman coming out in a few weeks now, dude, and I am stoked for that.
You don't like Superman, dude?
I do like Superman.
No, you don't. You always talk Superman. You always talk crap about you. No, you let the people know.
I think Superman's stupid as hell, dude.
Yeah,
but I love the idea of a good Superman movie.
No, you don't get to like it.
I do.
You don't even get to comment on it or say that you love it.
Yes,
because I don't want to hear it. Nope.
When did you become the police of what I get to like or not, dude?
Well, because how much you talk crap about Superman. If Superman was alive and he was
okay. Oh, sorry. Let me just get this fucking rock, and then you're wasted. All right. That's why Superman's stupid, and because otherwise, I'm a gamer too, and I hate the idea of a hero in a game that literally is God mode to start the game with. So like that's why Spider-Man games are always so much better for video games, because again, Spider-Man is not a god. He's a really cool superhero with a very specific set of moves and like abilities. Superhuman strength, bro. Actually, Spider-Man actually has a lot more strength than people realize. That's a nerd level knowledge.
Yeah, that's
that
what I always
Spider-Man
think
is
about.
very
Like when Spider-Man like punches people, I was like, doesn't he have superhuman strength? Like when he punches.
I mean,
regular
it is
people?
kind of funny because again, his strength is like insane because it is
Yeah, he can
based
pick
off
up
of a
things.
spider, and a spider, like, you know, it's kind of like ants, right? Like they have this like insane amount of strength.
Well,
And
he
so like
stopped
if he
the
hits somebody,
train.
it like break their freaking jaw. But have you seen the new Superman trailer where like Crypto takes the dude, like Ultraman's mask off or whatever, and he just like, bah,
there you go, dude.
breaks that teeth into the freaking
Can't
camera.
wait to not watch it until it comes out on Max.
I'll be watching it the weekend I get back from Aruba.
I bet you will. I'm sure somebody bought you some tickets.
Well, no, I'm going on my own, bro. Just gonna.
I know you have a best friend that takes you to movies and stuff.
Yeah, bro.
I love it.
Yeah, don't be jealous. I mean,
I'm not jealous of anything.
You know,
I will watch them.
I have friends for different things
on my Max, HBO Max app.
All right.
Because some of us actually have jobs and things that we have to do.
Yeah. My job doesn't start till August 1st, so leave me alone until then.
You have like a symbol over there.
I do not have a symbol. What's a drum joke? Oh, did you like that?
I did. Thank you.
Yeah.
Your face. And one more time.
And no, not for you, but for your face.
Thank you guys. Thank y'all.
No, hold on. Is everybody? Thank you.
Yeah, as you can tell, we're coming to the end of the show. So.
All right. Well, we are at the end of the show. Do you have any other, like, I just feel like, again, I dominated this show.
Well, you always dominate the shows.
You know?
It's your show. I'm just the guest on the show.
No, you're not the guest on the show.
That's all I am. You talk a lot, and that's okay. But it's good stuff because people need to hear it. And, you know, you're a dad and another dad. So you deserved the show today. You did.
I turned 39 too, man.
I know your life's good. You sold your house. You bought a house. You bought a condo. You bought some property. You bought. You're gonna buy your car that doesn't apparently drive, or you don't drive it, or someone drives it.
Yeah, that cab, dude. Tesla cab.
The government drives
the
it.
Government. Oh, dude. What if they control it from Pizza Hut or something with the child people? You know, don't want that.
Well, on the next show,
conspiracy theories. Anyways,
great show. I think it's great.
It is a great show. What I am very excited for, though, is actually, brother, I think next week, I haven't gotten confirmation completely yet, but I am getting close to being able to announce, and I will do it on our social media this week. I believe we are having the big guest next week.
Oh, is this the baby whisperer?
This is the baby whisperer, the baby namer.
Nice.
And we're going to talk about some things that she's had going on in her life, and I think we're going to get to share some medical pictures and from a surgery, and so it's going to be a cool episode. And just for disclaimer, again, we've had a long discussion about, she is going to disclose what she wants to disclose, and we're going to be here to comment and talk to her about those things. But that is coming next week, I think. So we have a very big episode coming up next week. Please try to be attentive, Andrew, and be prepared. Sometimes I wonder.
Oh, well, I'm going to ask her. I'll be like, so how do you name the Hispanic babies?
Oh, the Hispanic babies.
Yep.
I don't know.
Culture, baby. We got culture.
Yeah.
I want to know. Ethnic.
That is an interesting question. Does she go with Hispanic names for Hispanic?
Yeah, she babes? This is Alfredo. This is Gerardo. This is
right. Or does she still go with like, oh, that's Waylon?
That's
it's like
Brick.
it's definitely
his name is Brick.
Or
like
Stone.
Well, on our next episode, thank you guys for.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
And yes, so I'm very excited for next week. Next week should be a great episode. We're gonna have our first full-on guest. We're gonna have media incorporated into it. It's gonna be a good time. And we should be recording and releasing at a regularly scheduled time. I just need to get a little more of the details worked out, but I'm very excited to have Taylin on this show, and we'll go from there.
Woo!
What you got otherwise, Andrew?
That's all I got, man. Time to enjoy the day and go spend time with your family instead of playing video games or on your computer all day.
Well, and then I have my two, I try to give some quotes every week, right? So I came across two this week. One that I would strongly recommend. There's one. So I just have one other little thing. Marcus Aurelius, one of the best philosophers of all time. And he does have a short little book. I would
Marcus
recommend.
Allen.
Marcus Aurelius, bro. The dude that talks to Gladiator at the beginning of the Gladiator movie. Okay, well, anyway, this first quote is not his, but I do think I've decided I finally want to start dropping some Marcus Aurelius quotes in here because he is like one of my favorite philosophers. But the first one I came across that really hit me this last week was, a mistake that makes you humble is better than an achievement that makes you arrogant. I love that. Love that.
Martin.
Stuart Martin. Yeah. It incorporates the idea that you're honestly better off for making mistakes in life and taking the risk ventured, right, to try something new, and it may teach you a lesson, and that's going to make you a better person. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most fatalist quotes he ever said, one of his most famous quotes is, whatever is happening to you has been waiting to happen to you since the beginning of time. And so I just look at that sometimes as like, I don't know. It kind of like, it absolves you a little bit of feeling like sometimes you have to be like, I think we all get anxious and worried about how we're going to control our lives, how we're going to handle this or that. But like, just understand it's always been there waiting for you, and you've always been in the position where you will be ready to meet that moment. And I think, again, as you go through big changes in life, like I am right now, having quotes like that to tell me, like, I'm ready for this. Like, this has been coming for the 40 years I've not even been alive yet, and the thousands of years before I was even the apple in my dad's eye, that I'm going to be ready for this moment. It's been waiting for me, and I'm going to meet that moment. So, go out there and meet your moments this week. And for the Muffles and Malpractice family, take care of yourself and your growing families, and we will see you next week.
See ya.
Bye, guys.